Welcome to our Make It Monday, my craft instead of run day. It's my fun day, my play with my glue gun day. Welcome to our Make It Monday, November edition. Welcome everybody. I am Holly. I am the lead librarian for North Muskegon, and this month we are going to be making this fabulous thankful wreath. Super easy. I know, I always say that. Sometimes I'm actually not lying. First, as we do every single month, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to make this craft. First, of course, our handy dandy glue gun and glue sticks. You're going to need a ruler of some kind. You're going to need this willow wreath frame. This is probably about 9 or 10 inches. Normally you can get these at the dollar store. However, if you can't find them, you can get a set of 2 off of Amazon for around $5. You need little wooden sayings. There's a set of 3 that come in a pack, or actually there's 6 that come in a pack, 2 of each one. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're normally in the fall section. We have one that says thankful, one that says blessed, and one that says grateful. So you can choose any one of those. You're gonna need fake flowers. Oops, I dropped my toothbrush. Oopsie. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. This is optional if you want to paint these a different color instead of leaving them the natural wood. You're going to need a paintbrush, a plate, and some paint. You're going to need some floral wire, and then some kind of string to hang it up with when you're all done. So our very first step is I am going to paint mine, and I'm going to do, well, let's do grateful this time. So I'm just going to squirt some paint on here, and we're going to do this first so it has time to dry when we're doing everything else. So I'm just going to put it over my plate so I don't make a mess and just quick paint. This shouldn't take long at all. That way when we do this first, we will not be sticking our hands in wet paint trying to get this craft done. Done to the end of it over here. And you could basically use any color paint you want. I use red because it kind of complements the fall colors that are in the rest of it. I probably would have used orange if I had some orange paint, but red is what I got, and red is what I'm using. Got that all painted. Now we're gonna set that aside to dry. It's falling in my coat. There we go. So we'll put that aside to dry. Our next step, I'm not going to touch this yet, is you're going to take, I put a bow on this ribbon. Now we're going to start the bow first, because that's probably the thing that's going to take you the most time, is making the bow. So that's where our ruler comes in, because you're going to want to measure out 9 pieces of ribbon or burlap or whatever you're using to make the bow, and you're going to want them to be about 14 inches. Otherwise, once you fold it, your bow is going to be too small. So there we got 1. 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. One more. 9. Okay, so set your ribbon aside. Set your measuring tape aside for a second. Next step, you're going to take every single piece of the ribbon, you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to make it so that the folded side faces to your right. And you're just going to cut the bottom on an angle, and then you're going to flip it around, fold it side to the right, and cut it on an angle. So that way, you're making all of them look like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the next 8 pieces, fold it in half, folded side pointing to the right, and then cut on an angle. Same thing, flip it over, angle, and there you go. So just keep going until you get all 9 done. Okay, I've got 3 more to go. Last one. Okay, so we have all 9 of our pieces. We're going to take these scraps, push them out of the way. So next, you're going to take your floral wire or any kind of whatever wire you have. Cut yourself a nice big piece and put it to the side for now. we're gonna need our ruler again. And what we're doing with our ruler is you're gonna decide. For this one, we're gonna do, let's do loops of 5 inches. So 5 inches, and fold, and pinch, measure it, 5 inches, right there. You're gonna fold it right at the 5, oops. Yep, fold it right at the 5-inch mark, pinch it together, add it to your pile. Do that for all of them. So 5 inches right there, fold it over, pinch it, add it to the pile. 5 inches, fold it, squash it, add it to the pile. This is simple to do, and it looks great when you're done, but it does take a little bit of time. So 5 inches, fold it, pinch it, add it to the pile. Keep going until you get all 9 in your hand. 5 inches, pinch it, fold it. So it's like you're going to have this big bouquet of ribbons once you're done, which is okay. That's what we're going for. So fold it right at the 5, pinch it, add it to your pile. Fold it at the 5. Pinch it, add it to your pile, and our last one, fold, pinch, add to pile. So this is what you're ending up with. Put that ruler aside. This is a little bit of a tricky part because you're holding it and you're trying to wire it down too. So you're going to wrap that wire around there to hold it in place. You're going to let go. And you're going to tightly wrap that around a couple times. Easiest way is just give it a couple turns. Tighten it down if you need to. Or you just, once you get one in there, you can just turn it right in your hand just like that. Leave that extra wire there for now, just in case. So our next step, and it does not look like a bow yet, we'll get there. You are going to take all of these and make sure that they're facing outward if you have a design. If you don't have a design, really what you're going through and doing here is you're just fluffing this out on the bottom. See, I'm turning that so it kind of has a fluffy appearance on the bottom. So this one can stay. That one can stay. This one here will turn out. This one here. That one here will turn. Actually, we'll turn it that way. So you're just kind of making sure it's going to turn. So what you're doing with that bottom is making sure it fans out like it shows on the finished one and is not stuck all in the same spot. So I'm going to do one more turn here and unravel that. So then for your bow, part of your bow here, okay, so I didn't need the extra wire, so I'm just going to take that and wrap it around a couple more times till you can't see the wire anymore. And that'll help secure that in there. And then just kind of tuck it in on itself. Okay, so for the bow, all you're doing is you're fluffing those pieces out. This is where it comes into the bow shape. Oh, this one came out. Booby. Tuck that back in there. Like I just had an oopsie when I pulled it out. Be very careful when you're not pulling those out when you're fluffing your pieces. So then when it lays flat, it's going to look more like a bow. Oh, this flattened back out. Whoopsie. So from the front, it looks like that. Oh, I got a piece back here that didn't glue. From the front, it looks like that. When you glue it on there, that's exactly what it's going to look like. Is this just all fanned out on your thing. So next step is we are going to take our ribbon and we're going to glue the first piece onto the top here. Careful not to burn your hands. I always like to have like a pen or something to push that down. So I'm not burning myself when I'm doing this, even though I usually always end up burning myself anyway. Just push it down into the glue, give it a second so it can dry. And I'm sticking the glue stick in there because it looks like I'm running a little low. Okay, so this is really easy. You just keep going around the wreath, and occasionally you're going to stop and put a little dab of glue on there. And like I said, hold it down with your pen until it sticks. And then once you have it glued, keep going. Just wrapping it around. Do another couple wraps. Hold it down. Of course, we got glue string going everywhere. Oop, don't go anywhere. Okay, so, almost done wrapping this. And then you're going to want to stop it right where you started it. Cut that off. Don't worry if it looks if it doesn't line up exactly perfectly, because this is the point where you're going to stick whatever bow you made. Okay, next step, and getting close to the end, you're going to take that bow you made, and confession, I did not like the burlap bow that I attempted in the beginning, so I went and made another one. So you're going to find your point where you glued the two ribbons together. Oops, glue stick needs to be replaced. And you're going to put a bunch of glue right there, because you're holding a great big ribbon, so be generous with the glue. You're going to place your ribbon on it. Make sure you like the placement. And you can always move the little stems around, or whatever you call it, the bow tails. There we go, bow tails. Make sure you're not flattening your ribbon like a pancake when you put it on. Or if you have a piece that looks out of place like this, I'm just going to stick a little glue in there and push it down. My pen. stick up a little more. I think it looks better that way. So then you have your ribbon on there. Make sure, like it's gonna wobble a little, but there you can either add more glue in the back here. Oh, don't worry about it because it's wobbly, but it's on here. I'm gonna add a little more glue. Give it enough time to dry too. Don't just put it on there and then try to pull it up. Push it down. Hot glue dries pretty fast, but you gotta give it just a little bit of time. All right, so that's a little more stable. Next, you're gonna take your flowers, pick the ones you like. I like this orange one here, so just pop off the head of it. Of course, the one I'm picking does not want to come off. There. Pull harder, I guess. And we'll take this red one here. So I don't need these, I'm gonna drop them. And this is really personal preference on how you want this to look. So you're just gonna take your glue and put it right around the base of the flower. And one of the good things is to help stabilize it is that little piece sticking out that you pulled off. So I'm gonna put the red one there. And I'm gonna do the same thing, glue around the edge. And I'm gonna stick an orange one right in there. I have to push a little to get it in or lift the piece up. There we go. So the glue holds it, that holds it. Now we're gonna go back. Actually, we can do this at any point, really. You're just gonna really look at it and see how your balance is, because you're gonna like have right about here for hanging. So you can go ahead and put your string on at any point in time. And just give it a little double knot there so you have some way to hang it up. And then I like to cut the tails off once I have it in there so it's not weird looking. So there. Very last step, way back when we first started, we painted the grateful. The grateful's now dry. So I'm going to push these out of the way here, and I am going to balance my grateful right off to this side here. You can do it on the top. I like it on an angle, so I'm going to put some glue down the middle of this. Glue it on there. Hold it. So I've got my grateful out to the side, and I want to tilt that at just a little more of an angle. And that is it. You have your entire wreath. So now we have one that says grateful, one that says thankful. Super cute. Like I said, the ribbon process takes the longest. So that is it for this month. Thank you for joining me for Make It Monday. We have got one more Make It Monday that's going to be virtual, and then we will be going back to in-person craft programs, which I'm super excited about. We have a new person that's doing them, and she is very excited to come do them for us. Check our Madel calendar at www.madl.org so you can sign up and register on our calendar for all of our upcoming events, and everything that we have coming up through the end of the year should be on there. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.